gotta go. Oh, I'm on yours. All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am New York State Assembly Member Stephanie Zimmerman, and I am here with concerned members of the 56th Assembly District that houses District 16. It is the largest school district in our community. We're standing today here in front of Tweed, 52 Chambers Street, because we, as of last week, lost our superintendent. Under the cover of darkness, when everybody was off on spring break or celebrating their Holy Week, the DOE chancellor decided that she was going to replace him with an interim superintendent. We asked repeatedly as to what was the reasons, and the only answer that we received is that it was only a personnel issue. Well, we're saying that this is a person who was chosen by the community through the legal C-37 process.
That's right.
The legal C-37 process.
Yes.
And he has been working in community with those of us standing here and many others. But more importantly, he has worked very hard to move a district that has struggled academically for decades. And so last year, District 16 was one of 3 school districts that actually moved their scores.
Right.
And this is how we are being repaid. One of 3. And so this was ill-advised because, number one, the chancellor could have used the C-37 process for the reasons that she states that she must move him. She could have done that, but she did not choose to do that. She just chose someone to drop into the middle of our district the week before testing, the week where people were on break, the week where people were relaxing and trying to get themselves together to come back into the school system. And so my question is why?
Why? Right.
Number 2.
Answers.
We want answers now, and more importantly, we want to bring back MIMS.
Bring back MIMS.
Bring back MIMS. We have been a district that has centered community control of schools since the 60s and the 70s. We know how important it is for people who live in the district to have say on what goes on in our district, and especially with our young people in our schools. We are a community that comes together, and as you will see, you have people here today who are educators, who run community-based organizations, who are from arts and culture, who are legacy families in our district, and people who are just advocates for education. And they understand today what this disruption has caused in our community. Who would make a decision to remove someone who had not done anything that was against the law and or against policy?
Right.
And the reason why I know that is, as a mandated reporter, this would have had to been reported. Some reporter would have received a call and it would have been in the newspaper. But to this date, there's been nothing substantial to say that he should have been removed. And again, even if they thought that this was a good thing to do, they should have waited to the end of the school year.
That's
Not
right.
try to have a process start, come to the community, have the C-37 process, which is the legal process, start, so that by the end of the year we would have had a new superintendent with no disruption to leadership, to learning. There are things happening in our district today without leadership because they didn't allow for any transition between the interim and the old superintendent. The new person came there with just directions from Tweed. No, I'm meeting with the principals because we have an event coming up. No, how are we going to get together so that our children walk into that building, know that we are ready to receive them and help them get through state testing? And we all know that the results of state tests have an impact on their academic career from this point on. Who would do that? And why?
Disrespect.
So it's disrespectful, it's poorly timed, it's harmful to our students, and it's inconsiderate to all of the stakeholders. And lastly, I'm just going to say this before I pass it on to the next speaker, it's politically charged. We know that everybody from the CEC all the way up to the mayor is running for office right now. So everybody is jockeying for a position, but they will not jockey for positions at the expense of our children here in District 16. We are here to declare it. Today we are a small but mighty group, but we've had hundreds of people come out. We've had almost 1,000 people sign onto the petition, and we're going to continue to outreach and uplift this so that people understand what is happening. People
Bring
in other
back men.
Bring back men. People in other districts, the reverberations are already being felt. People are shook by this because of someone who has his reputation and his results can be replaced overnight, then anybody is at risk.
That's right.
So next I want to ask Mr. Williams to come on up and talk to us about his experience with MEMS and why we will not stand for this in Bed-Stuy in District 16.
First, I want to say that educating our children is always going to be a personal thing. So we take this personally. We don't look at this like it just happened. We take it personally. That's why every moment that I get, I'm trying to talk about this so everybody can know about this. This is not acceptable. That's first of all. Second of all, we're not clear if even the people that replaced him ever even came to the district yet. We don't think they came. Did you see them?
I did not.
I don't think anybody saw them, right?
Absolutely.
So you haven't come to you're replacing somebody based on something you don't even know. You haven't been in our district, and I'm a product of District 16. From the great programs of Roots Revisited to the great Michael Hooper to everybody I've been naming all of this time. But we have to put MEMS on that list.
Yes, we do.
He has to be put on that
He's done the work.
Bring back
And
men.
so since he's on that list, we want him back. We're not worried about anybody else y'all are trying to bring in. We want him back.
Yes.
The reason why we want him back is because he deals with results. We're not dealing, this is not a faith-based situation. This is a result-based situation. He made results. He brought in the results. The scores went up.
Children are happy.
The children are happy.
Principals are
We
collaborating.
had a festival. We had a festival that we brought in one of the best artists in New York City to work with the children of District 16 to make sure that they could have art programs, and our company paid for it. And MEMS was a big part of it. Every chance we got, he knew that the arts was a big part of making the students of District 16 express who they are, express their talents, be
Right.
able to look in the mirror and see themselves.
Yes.
Right? Now you remove that. Now they remove it where they can't look at themselves. We're not going for that. We're not going for that.
right.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring back MEMS. And
Bring
we're not
back
gonna stop.
MEMS.
We're not gonna
Bring
stop
back
until we
MEMS.
bring it
Bring
back.
back MEMS.
We're not
Bring
stopping
back
until we
MEMS.
bring it back. You think that people might see these voices here, but this is a mighty army right here that we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. And what they don't know is that this is legacy as well. This is legacy of District 16. This is legacy of protecting our children. Of protecting our children. When it comes to our children, we're not going to play. And we're going to bring back MEMS. So
Bring back MEMS.
we're going to bring them back.
Bring back MEMS. Bring back MEMS. Bring back MEMS. Bring back MEMS. Yes, now.
All right, who we got next?
You got a lot to say.
Brendan Mims, I have known him since before he knew himself.
Okay.
Brendan Mims comes from a family of activists. Brendan Mims' mother was an activist. She shut down City College so that we could have black studies, black and Puerto Rican studies at City College. He has been raised in a family of activism, in a family of people who care about what happens to our people and in our community. Brendan is born in Brooklyn,
right.
lived his whole life in Brooklyn. He's not a newcomer.
That's right.
But beyond me knowing and loving Brendan Mims as a human being, as a black man, as a person, as a loving father, I know Brendan as an educator. And the things that I have heard people say about this young man have been fantastic. The programs that he has brought in because he cares about our people.
right.
The programs he has brought in to uplift our children, to enlighten our children. How he has gone out into the community, introduced himself. Something that superintendents have never done.
right.
People say he came into businesses and said, "Hi, I'm Brendan Mims, superintendent of District 16. This is unheard of." And he says, "How can I help you? What can I do for us to collaborate?" He has brought businesses into the schools to teach children about baking, to teach children drumming, to do things that would uplift them, not simply education, reading and writing, but all the other things that go into education, all the other things that make a person whole. That's what Brendan is involved with, the whole person, not just reading and writing and arithmetic. No, he cares about making these children responsible members of their communities, giving them something to look forward to and giving them something to aim for.
Yes.
That's why they removed him, because he's making a difference. How dare they? We will not have it. We will not have it. You don't come into our community and decide who our leadership is going to be.
That's right. Bring back Mims.
Bring back
Bring back Mims. Bring back Mims. Bring back Mims. And when do we want him?
Now.
When?
Now.
I think everything that has been said, I echo. My name is Barry Cooper. I'm a longtime resident from Bed-Stuy and a founder of an organization that Mims and his team thought to bring in to work with young men of color. But I'm not even going to talk about that because that's not important in this moment. What's really important is that you have a mighty group of people who are standing in front of Tweed, where a lot of educators are groomed and a lot of business in education is happening. And it's clear that we are dead serious about this. So we just want to let the chancellor know that we are not going to stop, that we need not just answers, but we need a full reinstatement of a man who came into a community that was under-resourced. No one ever really thought about sending their kids there. And he revitalized that. He put people together. He brought businesses inside of schools. He brought principals outside of their school buildings to connect with businesses and community members. He understood what it was. He understood the call of bringing holistic education to our children. And as a result, because we are talking about results, he is one of 3 school districts in the entire New York City that move their students forward, and you remove him for no rhyme or reason. That makes absolutely no sense. And if you cannot give us an understanding of why, or you're saying that we're not even that important for understanding, and both of those things are just dead wrong. So, Chancellor Ramos, we're asking you, or we are demanding you to rescind the decision that you made, being that this is the first decision that you made as acting chancellor. It also gives us pause, and we need to kind of like figure out what's your pedigree. Why are you doing things like this when this is only one of 3 of your school districts that move forward? Why would you take your best and move them into a position that you may think is really good, but it has to deal with students who are suspended? When he was working in a community that was at a deficit, and he actually revitalized it. I just don't understand that, and we need that answer. And the fact that we're in front of Tweed right now should also let our mayor know that we might be coming around the corner to City Hall to have a conversation with you as well, because he does not deserve to be moved. And we've had a lot of shakeups since this administration has been in office, and I feel like it's destabilizing New York City. So we don't want Bed-Stuy to be destabilized. We have been working together. Everyone standing here feels the same way, and we stand on the backs of thousands of people.
That's
if
right.
you look at the petition that's out, we have over 1,000 individuals who have signed a petition for one superintendent to stay in our community. So that means that we're not playing with this. We're not going to stop, and I hope you understand that. Bring back men. Bring back men. When do we want them? When do we want them? When do we want them? Bring back men.
Bring back men. Bedside's on.
I have something I want to say.
All right. Say it.
The people that are living in the $2 million houses in Bed-Stuy, these are not the people that are going to the District 16 schools.
There you go.
They don't go there. So him moving the district up is not the people that have it. It's the have-nots.
That's right.
Right? And we can't forget that. It's not the people that have it. It's the have-nots. Because the people that live in the $2 million homes, they don't send their kids to those schools. Right? So he is automatically making sure that our community is better.
Yes.
Because our school system is better.
Yes.
So we can allow for our community to go backwards and be kicked out because we can't afford the $2 million houses. So let's bring back men now.
Bring back men.
We need continuity of leadership in our community. What we certainly need it in our schools.
Yes.
The fact that more people are paying attention to what's going on in District 16 and actually partnering is enriching the environment that our children are learning in. One of the first things that I did when I was appointed as the chair of the subcommittee on emerging workforce is that I went and called all of the superintendents. I have District 13, District 14, District 17, and District 16. And I asked them what type of programming did they have in their schools and what did they want. The next meeting that we had, I paired them with industry professionals. So we had people from the field of aviation, transportation, healthcare. We had people who needed a workforce. And we said we have to start to pair education and industry early on so that we can build pipelines into 21st century jobs. And they rose to the challenge. MIMS was one of the first ones. So everybody knows PS5, the world famous now aviation program, where our kids are not only using the flight simulators that we invested in to learn how to fly, but a 10-year-old, Brandon, took his first flight in a plane last week. Where does that happen in communities like ours? I sit on the agriculture committee. 15 of our 19 schools right now are growing food in soil or hydroponically. Why? Because we don't know when the next pandemic is. And our children are not necessarily eating healthy food. So if they learn it in school and they can grow it, they can help sustain their family and our community. This is the seminal work that is happening in District 16. So we absolutely need him back. Because no matter how educated or well-meaning you are not going to be able to pull these threads together and keep this wonderful tapestry that we are building together. We need MIMS back. He needs to finish this year strong with all of us in partnership, and we will be in those buildings. The elders that work in our community, the retired teachers that are in our community, we are all working together to make sure that our children thrive, and we need MIMS to do it.
Bring back MIMS. 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 When do we want them? Now. When do we want them? Now. When do we want them? Now. Bring back MIMS. Bring back MIMS.
Bring back MIMS.
You know I don't have an event unless there's homework or call to action. So each and every one of you, please, please, please find this sign. There are a number of things that we need you to do. Number one, there's an entire toolkit. Once you scan this, you will get all of the information that you need, points that people made here today, but more importantly, how to write a letter to the mayor, to the chancellor, sign the petition. Every day at 3 o'clock, we want people on social media with the hashtag Bring Back MIMS. This is a time in this country where the President of the United States is trying to erase districts like ours. They're trying to erase our contributions. and our culture. If we don't stand up for our side, for ourselves, and we allow this to happen, we might as well just give the city of New York over to President Trump. Right now, we don't have a budget because people are playing politics. So we need to be firm in our assertion that it is always people over politics.
Yes.
People over politics. People over politics.
Yes.
Right.
We thank you for joining today. Please, please, please go to my social media. I think everybody here has their social media up, and their social media has this QR code. It has information on how you can join this movement. Because again, it can happen in District 16. It can happen in any other of the 735 districts throughout New York State. Thank you all for coming. Bring back NIMS.
Bring back NIMS. Bring back NIMS. Bring back NIMS.
Thank you.